Hi everyone and welcome along. Now, whilst we're in this period between Christmas and New Year, loads of us start to think about what we'd maybe like to do for ourselves, give ourselves a bit more time, a bit more love in the new year. And I know that this is a perfect time to consider a new hobby, possibly. So obviously, if you're watching on this channel, you'll have been enjoying some watercolour painting with me. Well, today, I'm very excited to tell you that we are launching a 7-day free trial of my Patreon, which means you can come and have a look around and see if you want to get even more out of your watercolour painting with me. So today, I'm going to let you see inside my Patreon sketchbook, which doesn't go outside of the Patreon walls. So this is a very exciting moment. Let's have a look inside. So, how is Patreon different to YouTube? Well, we have a range of different ways of teaching on Patreon. The first one is the weekly watercolour challenge. So it's a filmed tutorial in the same style as the YouTube tutorials, but we go in depth far more on topics. So we did a whole series on painting people in landscapes. So a lovely little winter scene we did here, learning how to place sort of simplified watercolour people into landscapes. There are some this kind of slightly loose style. And then we looked at how to paint simplified buildings. So ornate buildings, but shrinking them down, painting them quite simply. And in fact, right now, we have just painted this. Liberty of London, this amazing department store. And everybody on Patreon would describe themselves as a novice, beginner, enthusiast, improver. Nobody is coming at this at like a professional level of watercolour, but it's all about how we break it down into sections. So we took 3 weeks to draw and paint this. We took 2 weeks each on these ones. We slow it down and we break it down. So that's sort of one style of the painting. The other one is my live interactive painting sessions. So we do something called the Watercolour Hangout, and we also do a live stream class every month. So for some sessions, we'll all get onto Zoom, and I've got a whole load more paintings actually, I'll show you these. So sometimes we get on Zoom and I will teach people a specific thing. I have a painting screen I have a screen on my painting and I have a camera on me as well, and together I will paint. Everyone has a reference image, we paint along together. Here are some of the recent things we've done on there. This was quite a fun one. We do real varied things, real variation. This was a lovely one, nice little still life for autumn. So we all sit and paint together in one session. And then the other version is the Watercolour Hangout, which is where I'm finally getting to my sketchbook. So in here is a series of paintings that were done on twice monthly Zoom calls in the Watercolour Hangout, where I'm not actually teaching. I know, crazy, right? What it is, in addition to all the lessons, I think it's really important for people to try things for themselves, be a bit brave, not always be following tutorials, because otherwise you're never quite sure, if you were left to your own devices, what you do or how good you are. So this is all about building confidence. So in my sketchbook, here are some examples of paintings we've been doing on the Watercolour Hangout. So the whole premise is I'm there too. We're all on Zoom together and we have 3 reference images per session. So they are timed paintings that we do, and they're usually based around a common theme. So the first one was going to be flowers. It had to be flowers. And you might see down here, 20 minutes. It says 20 minutes. So we do timed paintings and no one is following me. I'm just there as a watercolour enthusiast painting along as well. And we see what we can do in 20 minutes, and then we do one for 30 minutes. Now, I always laugh at this painting because I look back and go, that was fairly awful. But at the same time, I learnt loads of things. And I think it's also really helpful for people to see me, as usually the teacher, going through the whole roller coaster of emotions that the rest of you go through when you're painting a session. So that was the first one. We do lots of different topics. I'm always a big fan of flowers, but I'm also a big fan of painting food as well. I love painting cakes. This was a lovely little afternoon tea scene. And what I really love about this painting in particular is that it really encouraged me out of my comfort zone of detail. And because I only had 20 minutes, I painted in a much looser style. And this has turned out to be one of my favourite paintings I've ever done. And as is this one. I really, really love it. So, as we go through the sketchbook, you'll see we've done bits of still life. I love that too, and that was a 20-minute one. And I just don't think I would have painted like that had I not been forced to sort of increase my speed. Some things work, some things don't. I don't mind. Like, I'm showing you all of my paintings here just from the watercolour hangout. And the whole thing is so relaxed and lovely. We sit on Zoom and we have a chat, we have a good laugh, and the nice thing is if you just want to be really quiet and not chip in with a chat, you can sit there quietly, you can have your video off, but I do encourage people to just enjoy each other's company really on the watercolour hangout. I certainly do. I'm there every time, of course, chatting away, telling you about my week, telling you what Crumble's been getting up to. Here's some lovely cats we had a go at. So every time we do 3 illustrations. First 2 are 20 minutes. The second one is 30 minutes. The last one is 30 minutes, sorry. But the other thing is we usually find a topic that is either seasonal or is relevant to what we might have been learning in the watercolour hangouts. You can see we've moved into autumn here, gone really moody with this, nice deep dark colours. And then, Christmas is here, my favourite, food again. And then yesterday, we still got another one. We had a go last week at some William Morris patterns. Everyone did so well at that. And then yesterday, we did bauble painting, so Christmas ornaments. It was so much fun. Inspired by an artist online that we decided to have a go at painting some of her baubles. But there you go, that is where we're at. The rest of the sketchbook is ready to be filled in, and I wonder if you might be joining me to fill those in 2024. So what I'm doing is from today we have launched a 7-day free trial of my top tier, the cherry blossom tier, which means you get access to everything. And in this first 7 days, so you get the most out of it, we're going to do 1 live stream class and 1 watercolour hangout to make sure you get access to everything before you decide whether to actually fulfill your membership and start paying for the year, or if you go, you know what, that was great, but it's not for me, I just don't have time, and that's absolutely fine too, but I love to make sure you get an opportunity to try these things out. So if you would like to take advantage of our 7-day free trial, head to the episode notes below, click the link to take up the opportunity of your 7-day free trial. And the other thing I will say is we are only running this free trial for this week, so the opportunity will go. So don't delay. And wishing you all a very happy new year in a few days' time. Thanks so much for coming and having a look around. If you want to take advantage of this 7-day free trial, just head to the episode notes below, find the link and click that, and you will be entering into a wonderful world of watercolour. I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons for their support, because that support enables us to keep creating videos like these that everyone can enjoy. And as we head into our 4th year of creating watercolour tutorials online, it's just been the most amazing, life-changing experience. So I want to say a huge thank you to you all and a very happy new year, and we'll see you on the other side. Bye!